This is The Postcard by Anne Berest. I hope I pronounced that right. In 2003, a postcard is received with four names on it and no return address. The four names are members of a Jewish family whose lives were torn apart by the Holocaust. Years later, Anne is pregnant and on bed rest as her mother tells her the story of their family, her grandparents, and their struggle to survive as the hatred against their kind rises and World War II breaks out. She remembers the postcard and how its mystery affected their family, and she decides to find out who sent the card and, in the process, learn more of her own family history, the stories of the names of her ancestors on the card. This book is translated from the French, and it's been hugely popular in its own country and in translation. In a way, it's kind of an odd book. The events in it and the people, the history, that's all real, but it's fictionalized or made to read like a novel. Perhaps part of the story are filled in to make the story flow, I'm not sure. But there are diary like entries, novel esque histories and stories, and some letters and emails in the book as well. So different kind of mixed formats. Perhaps it goes without saying that the history and stories of a family that were decimated by the Holocaust and its aftermath is not going to be an easy read. It's a dark part of world history, and because it's a personal story as well, you cannot get away from the pain and suffering caused that echoes through the generations. It's truly tragic and heartbreaking. But, that part aside, it's a very smooth read. I found as I was reading, one chapter just kind of gently slid into another. And while there was like pain and horror, obviously, there was also a lot of love and humanity in the story. There are little family adventures and dramas, as well as the bigger strokes of their lives and what happened to them. There's the bitterness some of the family not being able to see that war was coming and that what was happening in Germany was going to happen in France. But then also the understanding that they could not have known. That's kind of such a complex when you're looking back on that time. Anyway, yeah, basically there was a lot of smoke and mirrors and lies being told, and not as much freedom of information as there is now. So there's kind of an innocence there, actually. It's quite a beautiful book, and I wanted to know what happened to everybody in it. And there was always this thread running through it of the mystery around the postcard and like what that was about and who sent it. And I really like that. Yeah, there's also some bits in this book that were a reminder that racism and or anti-Semitism never really goes away, and Anne's exploration in the present of her Jewish identity and what that means to her and what others think that should mean was an interesting part of this story as well. So this one is not always an easy read, but I liked it both as a family document because I really love those like family stories that get passed down, or the family stories that people don't speak about as well, that people, sometimes you can't get them to talk about them. But I also liked it as the story of an anonymous postcard that leads a woman into the past of her family and her Jewish family, and their stories of survival, and also their tragic deaths in their family too. So I recommend this one. It is a sad one, but also at times it's beautiful, and story of a family, and there's a bit of mystery in there. So yeah, it's one to look out for sure. And I wanted to thank PGC Books, who sent me the copy of this book to review and share with you. You can check out some of my other videos. I also have another channel and socials, so you can find links below if you want more of that. And if you want to hang out again, remember to like and subscribe. And you can always leave a comment, let me know what you thought, or let me know what else you might want to see. Thank you.